Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trinity Series Season 2 Finals. This is day number 3, the final day of competition. We're live here from the Intel Esports Arena in Burbank, California, and you got a glimpse at the catacombs of the Trinity Series dungeon. I'm TJ, joined by Frodan to kick off the final day here. How you doing, man?
Doing good. It's Championship Sunday. This is where it all comes down to. One team will walk away $75,000 richer. And, of course, the second team will also get $30,000, but that's not what they're playing for, TJ. There's a lot of pride on the line, and there's still a lot of games to be played.
That's right. It's going to be quite a long day, I feel, as we get into the final day. But, again, we started off with a 4-team double elimination bracket. Yesterday we had a team eliminated, but Kobolds and Catacombs has been available for the players to play, and they've been able to resubmit every single day. So we're seeing the meta evolve before our eyes. And today, once we get into the grand finals, the team that came from the winner's bracket, which is Team Love You Lots, will start off the grand finals with a 1-game win advantage. And there's the prize pool, $75,000 for first place and $150,000 prize pool total. A pretty good chunk of cash, but they've been playing for a while. So, you know, it's going to come down to this, and it's a lot of money on the line.
$75,000 is a lot of money, and it's quite possibly the biggest reward that we'll see in Hearthstone that's not HCT-based. A lot of majors, that's the entire prize pool. It's like $25,000 in itself. So being able to claim that for yourself individually, and then, you know, I'm not sure exactly how teams choose to split. I'm pretty sure it's down the line evenly, but I'm looking forward to see what the teams are going to bring for day 3, because you said resubmitting decks. What are they going to do differently from the past 2 days? For a couple of teams, it's been very effective strategy. And for others, it's been shaky, but they got here to Sunday.
Yeah, I think Team Love You Lots, coming from the winner's bracket, was the team that sort of set, you know, the meta and put everybody else on blast. You know, they had the best decks, at least on day 1, and on day 2, it seemed like everybody was trying to catch up, but they were already too far ahead. And we're taking a look at, you know, some of the things that they did to solidify themselves as the team to beat. The Corridor Creeper inclusion, they were the first team to sort of figure that out as, you know, one of the meta-defining cards of the set. They've only been playing like 3 classes total, with Tempo Rogue, sort of an interesting take on Murloc Paladin, and the Secret Mage, which we saw them dominate with yesterday. Team Liquid also had a ton of success with a slightly different version of sort of the aggro burn Secret Mage, and it led them to a victory against Complexity, not only knocking them out of the tournament, but solidifying themselves a spot in the lower bracket finals. And then you can see we're going to start off the day with Virtus.pro versus Team Liquid, and the winner of that match will take on Team Love You Lots in the finals. But for now, standing by on stage in the Trinity Series dungeon, Frodan is waiting with our first 2 teams.
Thank you very much, TJ. I am joined by Dog from Team Liquid. Now, it seemed like when the day started, you guys were in pretty high spirits, and then now we've seen, you know, a couple of days where one day it didn't go your way, and yesterday you were able to make a big comeback. So what's the team mentality like going into day number 3?
I mean, we kind of got our confidence back after that, you know, win. We kind of got crushed the first day, so it was a little demoralizing, but once we beat Complexity, it just felt a lot better and got our confidence back for sure.
Yeah, I think you are confident. I saw you this morning playing a lot of Dungeon Run. It wasn't really too much last-minute preparation. A lot of other players were playing ladder or really talking meta, and you were just hanging out playing the new solo adventures.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was incredibly fun. I tried it for the first time last night when I was streaming, and I'm probably going to be doing it a bunch.
All right, Doc, already looking forward to the future after he wins. Now, Casey, yesterday it didn't go that well for Virtus.pro. Do you feel like that was just an unfortunate sequence of events, or do you feel like Team Love You Lots had your number?
Like, it was a little unfortunate, but we got caught off guard by the mage. Like, we should have queued the druid earlier probably, but today we are ready to strike back, and I hope Show is ready to learn.
That's right, and we heard a little rumor, and you were even tweeting that, you know, you guys were also thinking about a lot of innovations yourself. Day 1, you were also heavily considering the Corridor Creeper too. So for day 3, I know there was some discussion about some cool strategies, and do you guys feel like you have the edge over Team Liquid having seen them play yesterday?
We might have, yes. I think so. At least I hope so.
All right, well, you're the last remaining member from Team Complexity too, so there's a little pride to try to fight back to at least claim maybe a championship as an honorary member of Virtus.pro, and also because they are knocked out.
Yeah, I actually wanted to face them in the finals, but now I gotta win.
All right, well, Casey really wants to win. So what do you think about that, TJ and Frodan?
Thanks very much, Dan. Dan's running over here, but yeah, it's some words of confidence, but also maybe a little bit of shakiness as these guys are getting ready to potentially have to play 2 matches back to back today, which is not something that they're used to considering the regular season. They played 1 match a week, and now not only have they played the last 2 days and had the chance to resubmit, but in order to make it to those grand finals, they'll have to play 2 back to back. But you can see the deck assignments: Dog on Warlock and Mage, Show, Warrior, and Paladin, and Fino on Rogue and Shaman. Hunter once again excluded from play for these guys.
That's right. Hunter is a class that started off really strong in day number 1. High win rates, lots of press and buzz about the class. However, the pros think that it's just a pretender. It's not a real deck. It feels like it was preying on the metagame because it was very easy to build its day 1 structure. It's very simple. Just make sure your deck has no minions and play the best spells possible. And also, the Emerald Spellstone, that card is very strong and still continues to be strong right now, but outside of that, it didn't feel like it had real punch to it.
Yeah, Hunter is a deck that often dominates, metas, or early metas, and also metas where people are playing things that aren't necessarily refined. And,
Yes.
that's why you see have high win rates in, ranks 10 to 20-ish, but then once you get up to, 5 to Legend, it starts to falter a little bit. And that's what the pros think. That's why they're deciding to exclude this deck and include Shaman, which a lot of players think, at least on ladder, isn't that well situated, but maybe people just haven't found the right list yet.
Yeah, it's so fascinating because the ideologies seem to differ completely from ladder to competitive tournaments right now. I think the only deck that they converge at in agreement is Secret Mage. They think Secret Mage might be really strong, and Tempo Rogue as well. Those are probably the 2 decks that are performing very well both on ladder and in tournaments. But one thing to consider is perhaps the greater sample size of player base does know the meta better because of more data, but perhaps the pros know better because they can recognize the card situations. And Trinity isn't a conventional ladder meta. You do have the ability to snipe decks and build very specialized lists to tackle certain open weaknesses of your lineup.
We're going to start things off with Rogue versus Shaman. A lot of teams have been opening Rogue. It's not even something that's been the case for the Trinity Series finals, but been the case with Tempo Rogue throughout a lot of the regular season. And Virtus.pro looks like they have a deck that's pretty well equipped to deal with it with the Evolved Shaman. You can see a Galaka Crawler already, which is going to be a good deck to try and deal with these early Pirates. And Corridor Creeper, again, seeing it in Rogue, and also most likely seeing it in the Shaman deck because of how well it synergizes.
Yeah, Corridor Creeper is just one of the most powerful cards in this set, particularly because of how powerful Pirates are. And because Pirates are important, early game board is important, so Firefly tokens all come out and they contest the board, in which case it all leads to the fact that Corridor Creeper can come out as early as turn 4 often at a discounted mana. Sometimes it costs 4, sometimes it costs 0.
Especially,
and you're swinging the board.
Yeah, especially with these 2 decks specifically. A lot of minions dying early on with Shaman. You have totems, small tokens. So that Corridor Creeper is going to get cheap real quick.
Team Liquid already looking at a little bit of an uncomfortable position because of Shaman having an early game board presence, but we know that in Virtus.pro's hand, it's a little clunky as well because they have Aya and they have Thing from Below, so they're going to have to figure out a way to utilize their mana curve effectively. And it seems like even though this can be an explosive matchup, it's going to start off a little bit slower. Or will it?
Oh, Bloodsail Corsair picked up, which means they can destroy this weapon, and Team Liquid's plan effectively of dealing with this next turn. We can see that they are likely to be able to dagger out next turn, maybe even use the South Sea deckhand to do some trades, but...
What the Bloodsail Corsair allows Team Liquid to do is to utilize their Pirates and play around the early game Galaka Crawler to avoid that commanding board swing. Let's go ahead and start tuning in immediately to the team comms and see what they're thinking about.
We'll just dagger, punch the 1/2, right? Or the 1/1 rather. We're not using deckhand. We're just sitting. Next turn might even be Serenite.
You don't want to use deckhand?
I kind of want to use deckhand.
You want to use deckhand here?
Why not? Why not? What's
Are we setting up a Corridor Creeper this turn?
We are not, but...
what's the reason to use it?
we just use our mana. We're gonna use it to clear anyway, right? So what's the reason? Unless you can find a reason to.
Are we using to clear it? Like, we leave up a 1-2.
I mean, don't we have to like?
Like if they evolve, that's a
That's true.
bad thing.
Okay, okay. I can see that. That's a good argument.
Is there any way we just backstab a Psy?
No, Dagger's better. Set up for,
Choose soon.
Dagger's better. I know Dagger's better.
Should I kill the pirate or this?
Pirate, in case they run captain.
Do we just play chain gang?
Yeah, the chain gang just well to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
you play it. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, to the left.
Yeah, you're right. To the left.
Still, yeah, I think they have the captain. Since,
Yeah, I agree.
Backstab SIs. Creeper is okay.
Yeah, seems good.
We leave up a 2-3 and we put a Creeper in play. I don't really like Serenite because he can
No,
trade.
no, no,
yeah,
no.
so it has to be backstab
Okay.
SI.
We leave a 2-3 up, right?
Yep. We've loaded. Yep, exactly.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Okay, this should make things kind of awkward for them, right? They don't really have a good Jade Lightning. They don't really have a good Flame Tongue. They just don't have pots.
It's actually interesting. We're definitely gonna go with Hero Power, but do we want to play the Flame Tongue? Might be Hero Power and Evolve. Get the 5-drop.
I think it's probably gonna be Hero Power and Evolve.
It feels bad, but I think we have to.
Yeah, I think you Hero Power. If it's a down totem, then we don't Evolve. Okay, now I think it's Evolve.
Oh no!
Ouch. That is.
Oh wow!
They used a card and traded 2-3 with taunt for a 1-1.
Yeah, I'm trying to search for the card name. I think it's called like something elemental, where you transform a minion into a 6/6. People are talking about how the weaknesses of Evolve Shaman have been exacerbated by the fact that Evolve targets have gotten much worse with the Cobalt and Catacomb set, and that is one of the big drawbacks of Evolve.
Yeah.
It's something that Virtus.pro is saying, we have to do this because this is our best chance to fight back onto the board, and that was the pressure provided by Corridor Creeper. Now, very realistically, if that was an understated 5/5, even if it was like a 4/5, that could still be a big problem for Shaman because they don't have very convenient tools, and right now they're taking a ton of damage starting next turn.
But yeah, but I guess they realized that that was their best, option. They didn't have a good Flame Tongue. They didn't block a crawler onto the board. Could be a good Temple Swing later on. But they get punished. And I think that's Evolve Shaman did sort of get weaker in that regard.
Yes.
There's a lot of those recruit minions, as you mentioned, that are very understated for their cost. There's just a lot of strange effects, and now they're just going to be able to play Serenite Chain Gang plus another 5/5.
Man.
Virtus.pro has to be feeling the pressure. Let's go and listen in.
Go. Okay. So we are dead.
Yeah, we're dead.
Except if we draw a taunt totem.
No, wait. Yeah, you have to do. No, we're still dead. We can play Flame Tongue and double taunt. You can play Thing from below, but we're still dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you play into this.
Team Liquid cruises to victory, and if you weren't convinced before, Corridor Creeper is the real deal. It is so powerful for big tempo swings, and I'm sure people who've been watching the first 2 days already know about this, but if you need further evidence, it is going to be here to stay, in my opinion.
Yeah, some of the matchups that maybe in the past were good matchups for the Token Shaman, you have to rethink because of the new additions. We even saw it lose to the aggressive Secret Mage yesterday, which should tell you just a little bit about the new tools that it got in. Not very many tools that Evolved Shaman got, even arguably nerfed because of a lot of the new minions, but that's a pretty big win for Liquid. If they can keep this Rogue train rolling, which we've seen happen over the past couple of days quite frequently, off to a great start.
Yeah, here's a little recap of the picks and bans. Both teams seem to agree that the Druid and Priest ban is what they want to gravitate towards. Interesting to see that Team Liquid, when they banned the Warlock yesterday, chose to end up going with the same strategy that they did in day number 1. And it's going to be the same 6 classes across the board. Something that is curious to see if they've just agreed to do the same exact deck lists.
Yeah, that's maybe a couple differences here and there. You know, they may have saw something on ladder or something from the other teams yesterday that they wanted to include in one of their decks. But if you're winning, you a lot of times you're afraid to sort of switch that strategy. But you also have to account for the other teams get to switch. So maybe that win yesterday didn't mean as much, considering the other teams could have adapted to what they were playing. But that loss has to feel pretty bad for Virtus.pro.
At this point, it feels kind of like a conquest tournament in a sense, that it almost feels like the teams are valuing playing good decks as opposed to coming up with a cohesive strategy. In some of these setups where you have 9-deck formats with multiple bans, what ends up happening is you end up creating a decision tree that ends up happening based off of an early game choice. So if you choose Rogue and you win, then A, B, C, D happens, but if you lose, then X, Y, Z happens. And you kind of branch out like, well, we can counter with this class, use this as a safety net, etc. However, I feel like based off listening to the players over the past couple days, they just value on playing the best list for each class.
I think in an early meta, that's the better choice. Over the regular season, we saw, especially teams like Misfits and Planet Odd have a pretty obvious strategy where they had decks that were specifically designed to target decks from their opponents. Like Warlock was a big tech. Even Warrior was used as sort of a class that was designed to counter something specific. But this early in the meta game, it's hard to make a strategy because you don't know what your opponents are going to bring. So you have to sort of just bring what you feel is the best and use that to carry you to a victory.
Nice little action shot straight into the mulligans. Prince Cal set in the opening hand. Instant mulligan from Team Liquid.
And Corridor Creeper. Decent start.
Yeah, it's a decent start, but can also fizzle depending on what ends up happening because they're lacking the coin, which is a little bit devastating for Rogue if they want to get those big combo cards out early. Virtus.pro is going to gravitate towards their Warlock, which features Rin the First Disciple. That's right. They are unironically playing a legendary that people quote as a meme card and nothing more than that. This was originally used as Virtus.pro answer to a Control Warlock mirror. However, having Rin just as a reliable taunt and something that you can pull out with Master Oakheart into consistent plays when you're often playing a very defensive game plan can also be very useful in some situations to lock the game up.
Yeah, it was sort of risky to play this Control Warlock into this hard of a tempo deck, but Warlock got a lot of tools that buy them a lot more time. The Spellstone, as you can see, which gives them a little bit of healing plus removal.
Right.
And also Void Lord, which is just a huge taunt that also, when it dies, puts more taunts into play, which can buy you multiple turns, even when you're behind in a game, and curve into Bloody Rukuldan perhaps, but we'll have to see. But this is a pretty good start for Team Liquid with the Prince Cal set. But like you mentioned, the coin is may block SI7 Agent and Edwin Maycleave.
Barnes. Yep. And they had the double possessed Lackey as well.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Do you like that Team Liquid used their backstab and kind of shut off their combo potential with SI?
Guy's toast.
Is it worth shutting off the 2 life gain?
I think so, because you're not really going to use the combo with SI to kill many things early game against Control Warlock. And with Mixtures being played, they have a pretty good read that it's not Zoo.
True.
So, just playing that as a essentially vanilla 3/3 is in the long term better because you can start getting the damage rolling and you negate the heal. from the Mistress of Mixtures. So you
Right.
essentially are applying more damage than if you had been able to combo the SI.
Yeah, SI7 Agent does 2 damage. Mistress heals for 4. Math checks out. Barnes going to hit a Tar Creeper. Not bad, forcing the Rogue to dagger at least and go off the curve.
They still can pull patches. Have not played a Pyre yet, so they can use that to trade over, but not the best trades.
Right.
So that's the big thing to note.
Yeah, Team Liquid, do they want to go a little bit bigger onto the board with their Van Cleef this turn? Let's go ahead and listen into the teams immediately and see what they're thinking about.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then they never trade, yeah. So just Hellfire.
If we draw the second one, I'm gonna flip my
Language field.
Play the Pterodax, and then we're gonna play the Creeper, right?
I can play
Yeah.
this, go face, and eat it.
Yeah, I like that.
You wanna eat? Yeah. Just go him. Yeah. That's really
Better
good.
to not have a whiteboard.
Yeah.
And
Get that Wind Fury. Let's see it. Can't be
Divine
targeted or Divine Shield.
they play double
Divine
side.
Shield's probably
Divine
better.
Shield,
Divine Shield's better. Attack. We want to end the game.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Attack. They're both 5 health, so Defile's not going to do anything unless they have, like, Zealot, Defile, something.
That-
It's, like, really hard to have.
That's not even clear.
Huh? They need Zealot plus Mistress of Mixtures plus Defile. That will clear.
Yeah, okay.
Does 5 exactly.
Yeah.
They need an activator, basically. Spellstone.
Okay.
Might have Siphon next turn, so we have to play the Cleave. Yeah.
Yeah, we just cleave and go
Wait
face,
for
right?
it. Wait. Just let them think a little bit. Because then they know we have the Bone Mare,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, sure.
But
I mean, if we play tempo cleave, they probably know it, right?
yeah, but it's like a decision for us, right?
Okay, sure.
Alright, go ahead. You're fine. They might think we have a Vile Spine instead.
I want to attack with a dagger.
Yeah, attack with Dagger for sure. Because they Siphon this turn.
We give them a defile. Not
We
really.
did give them a Defile, actually, with Zealot. Zealot Defile is a clear for it. Oh, no, it's not
No, it's
actually.
not,
No,
it's
it's
not.
not because it
Hey,
soaks
with
up the
coil.
spell damage.
With coil, it
Yeah,
is.
it soaks up the spell or the first big damage.
Yeah. You play a 6 mana guy.
Really good. We are 2 off lethal.
Yeah, just do it, right?
Well, we're definitely bone marrying the 2/2, no matter what. But the question is, do we attack with a 7/4 or do we attack with a 2/2?
I want to attack with a 2, though.
Yeah, I want to have Divine Shield too.
You want to have Divine Shield.
So
Let's talk about it. So
You have to
what's...
think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So Defile, it's only Defile that's going to be clearing us, right? So
Yeah,
in what
so-
order is Defile the worst?
So if it's only defile clearing us, we just want our minions to be high health, right?
Yes, all of them around equal, right?
Okay, so then we should attack with divine shield, right?
Divine Shield, yes. We should attack with the Divine Shield. Probably, yeah. That makes the most sense to me.
so it's like Zealot Defile, right? Or Thanos Defile.
Yes.
You see anything other than that?
No, just Bone Mare the 2/2, and then 7/4 into the 3/6, right? Yep.
One attack.
Yeah, attack. It's weaker to double. It has to be like Zealot plus Thalnos plus Defile. That would clear the board.
So we have to go.
In theory, you have to tap, but you're dead.
Have to get what? Final?
White Walker?
We don't run what?
I mean, the only thing is like Mistress of Mixtures. You can like, you would have to defile.
Don't have Defile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So they need to draw it, basically.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying we need a player on that. I was just saying for the future, that's a pretty good build.
That's a good
I'm
build.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, it is. But then you're also forced to only play this as a demon in your deck. Is that fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
I think we're gonna win.
Yeah.
But maybe not. We are
looks
fine.
good.
Yeah. Good job, guys. Nice job drawing that Prince, you know.
Prince
Good
Gamer.
plays. Good
Yeah,
plays.
Prince Gamer.
So
Man, I love this new meta, you know. Prince on 2.
15 minutes in, and Team Liquid's already up 2-0. And I think Dog kind of summarizes that very much the old is still part of the new. Kel'Thuzad is still very relevant. A few of the minions that got buffed helped them put enough pressure on to the point where Team Liquid was able to get a huge life lead. And look at that, the difference between the 4 health, right? Like being able to gain 4 health in the Mistress Mixtures is a big difference for Virtus.pro. Being able to get a little bit more damage from South Sea Captain and Patches charges can help just put a lot of things to the point where Warlock couldn't handle that much pressure.
And with Rogue and to sort of a similar extent, Mage being so dominant over the past 3 days, maybe we have to talk about ban strategy a little bit better.
I've been talking about it with you and with Admirable for the 5 minutes that I got to see him on day one. It hasn't been much innovation within the teams. They feel like Priest. I can agree with the Priest ban, but you know, for one thing is that they just keep getting dominated by the same classes over and over, and it seems like, well, you're trying to counter with like a Warlock, but that falls through. So now do you turn to the Rogue Mirror, or perhaps now do you bust out the Mage? And it's like you lost an important deck that could be really useful for other classes.
Yeah, maybe they were hoping that Shama was going to be able to take a win over Rogue, and now they're having to go already to classes that don't have good matchups against it. And we've seen Rogue now take multiple wins in almost like every series, it feels, from one of the teams, you know, especially from Team Love You Lots, who in both of their series have done really well with Rogue. The new Corridor Creeper tech inclusion just seems like it's a little bit too much tempo for some of these decks to handle. You know, in the past, maybe you didn't have a Bone Mare target as often as you do now, which I think is, you know, a big deal. Just having one extra big minion to remove early on in the game makes it so that you're behind for the entirety of the rest. So this one's tough. This one is going to be really tough, and they do go with the Rogue Mirror, and to have it come down to a mirror match after they're already down 2-0 feels really bad. They're going to have to win this and hopefully get a few more wins with Rogue to try and make this one happen.
Is it really that strong to the point where Rogue's best counter is the Rogue Mirror? It can't be. There's still Mage left, and I actually kind of like both versions of Mage to kill.
I do.
The Tempo Rogue. So Virtus.pro might have something up their sleeve again.
Maybe they're thinking that the Mage deck is needed to counter something else later on. Virtus.pro over the past couple of days has played the Control Mage, the Dragon's Fury Control Mage, which has done pretty well for them. But the way they built their deck, Dragon's Fury, has been sort of an inconsistent board clear for them. So maybe they just don't feel like it's as strong against Rogue as maybe the traditional control style decks. I don't know. Hard to get into their minds that deep. But double Corridor Creeper. Very similar hands, just Team Liquid's on the coin.
Yeah, the coin allows them to leverage their Valspine Slayer combo enabler, or if they want to play Big Van Cleave. Most likely the coin Valspine or utilizing some variation of that combo will be really important for Team Liquid to fight back onto the board, considering that Virtus.pro has more proactive plays. Relatively slow start though, and Team Liquid picks up Patches in their hand, and that's going to be quite unfortunate. Let's go ahead and start listening to Team Liquid's comms here.
I'm to read Dagger. So we're not punching it. We're just gonna Tar Creeper.
yeah, we never go coin cliff because I can just captain right and kill it. Could have kept Corridor Creeper, I guess, right?
Yep. That's probably one of what they kept.
That's true.
Might be Blue Line's Shadow Step Airplane.
6-6 right now is not good enough. It's like right into Valspine though. Coin Valspine.
Yeah, but they have something big. They will play it right now.
Yeah, they really can't do much here, right? Unless you have Cold Blood or something.
Keep track of the minions that die. I mean, it's easy too because we have the 7
Yeah, we'll
cost
have the
card,
same.
but should definitely be doing that.
So was that the 1 or the 2 that they played, the Tar Creeper?
It was, I think it was a 2.
Card number 2.
Many options.
Doesn't matter if our left.
Just
You want to
Slayer.
backstep or not?
I'm thinking we could just like, just keep backstep for.
I think we can
Because if they play Slayer, we can just backstep that, right?
I think we
Okay.
can play Flame Elemental on Van Cleef and just wait with the Vile Spin because we can Shadow Step that one.
But the Shadow Step is bad, right?
Yeah, but we can Shadow Step the Vile Spin.
I think that's too slow. Like,
It's okay, so what play do you suggest?
Choose
just save the backstab, like what Bunny said.
What
Shadow
Yeah,
step
just like
them,
Shadow Step the Flame Elemental
Yep. replay it and then play Edwin.
many options.
Slay more minions.
and play the Flame Elemental too.
Yep.
You have 2 of them.
Eddie.
On Cliff.
Going Eddie when we have coin into a 5 drop.
It's good, man.
Why would they do it this turn? That's the card they kept,
They're
right?
probably kind of desperate, man.
They
Point.
probably just have a curve.
That was the card they kept. Coin Vile Spine.
Which one? Does it matter? No.
The one we kept, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like not even a consideration, is it? If they have that.
There you go. The Vile Spine hits the board. Is that the swing that Team Liquid can finally use to maybe start? Or they're going to have back-to-back Vile Spines actually available to them. But with the Corridor Creeper, maybe there's some light at the end of the tunnel because both these teams have the exact same lines available to them.
Yeah, that's very true. And you know, this situation sort of reminds me of a quote from the late Dr. Phil, where he said, you know, no matter how flat the pancake, there's always 2 sides. And I think that really applies here.
Did he really say that?
He did.
And is he actually dead?
No. Is he? I don't know. I don't think anybody knows at this point. I'm thinking we're probably thinking of different doctors. Such a
Well, as the great Dr. Phil also once said, there are some sick people in this world.
That's right. There are.
Team Liquid is going to draw this Bone Mare, so if they can set up a Corridor Creeper and have an opportunity to fight back, eventually Bone Mare will secure it. It seems like most people agree that Corridor Creeper is way creepier than the Tar Creeper.
Just try and think of it in this way. Which one would you not want to wake up to in your bed in the middle of the night?
Are we still talking about Dr. Phil quotes?
Yeah, as the great Dr. Phil once said, I would not want Corridor Creeper in my bed late at night.
That's right.
So many options.
And for those
I
of you
feel like
who,
there's some weird love triangle thing going on here with the Creepers and TJ.
yeah. If you see a Twitch vote at all today, just type in exactly one of the options as you see on the screen, and your vote will be registered.
I would watch that episode.
Of Dr. Phil.
Yeah. All pressure to the face, not even going to eliminate the board, trying to see if they can use Cobalt Scalebane's effect to maximum potential here. Team Liquid has the Patches and Vile Spine Slayer. They also have some other interesting plays available to them too in the future turns. Leroy and Cold Blood does ensure that Team Liquid also has Burst if they want to start going for the racing plan. If they Patches, Vile Spine, push 11 to face, put their opponent at 16, does that set up a way for them to even lethal in next turns?
Well, they do have a way to fully clear the board here. If they go Corridor Creeper and a Tar Creeper, Vile Spine Slayer, the Vile Spine Slayer, Patches Dagger go in the 1-2, and then Edwin trades over the Cobalt Scalebane. They'll
Okay.
up with a 6-1, a 5-2, and 1 Dagger Charge. Let's go and listen to Team Liquid. I'm curious to hear their thoughts.
So many
Okay, go ahead then.
options.
So trade the court, yeah, and then Vile Spine the. Yep.
Choose 2.
Perfect.
That was a
Bone
pretty
Mare.
good turn.
And we're gonna connect Bone Mare 100%.
Yeah, 100%. And then we'll probably kill them with Leroy, right?
Yep.
Unless some swashbuckler stuff happens.
Well, yeah, they still have patch.
Yeah, you can just Saucy Captain,
Yep.
or Corridor Creeper.
Trust the pirate's code. I'm in charge now.
Is which one?
Actually, are we trading? Yeah, we have to. We have to trade with the 5/5, right?
We never lose if we trade, so
Yeah, we have to trade with the 5/5,
We
right?
need to get more value against their Bone Mare, right?
Yeah, yeah. So trading with the 5/5 is the best way to do it.
Yeah. I could have attacked.
No, it's fine. We can lose to like a Karen maybe, but other than that, I think we're okay.
I don't think so. Like it's because then we just go this and cold blood this, and they have to deal with this, right?
That's true.
So they can't really bone mirror very easily.
True.
Wait, did we set up lethal? We did it the other way.
We were. It's weak.
What?
If we went face, could we have gone face?
You'd
We
never
would-
go
we would have
face. Like
set
it doesn't
lethal,
matter.
but the bone mare would have punished us too much.
Yeah.
So
We could
it's
have
not
set
worth it.
enough lethal, maybe.
It's not worth it. Trust me. I've played this matchup like a million times.
Play
It's not
Swash
worth it.
first. Yeah, Swash first.
Oh, that's
Do you want to play Leroy here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Prince Keliseth, Leroy face, trade.
Yep.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, it's good.
Truth is found in death.
Trade for. These whelps falling from the sky always scare me.
Right, they can't. Anything to combo it, backstep.
Okay.
Just play our whole hand.
You think so?
Yeah, we can't take another 6. Like we have to draw Bone Mare, and they have to draw that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just dead to Shadow Step.
So many options.
This was literally the worst draw in our whole deck.
Cold Blood the 2/2 and then Vile Spine, but we'll see what we draw.
Yeah, we'll
Probably
see
a
what we
3.
draw.
Alright, Captain, Vile Spine.
That's a good draw.
I'll
blood.
play around Betrayal. I know.
Trust the pirate's
It doesn't play around Betrayal because you're cold blooding it. It's like the opposite of playing around Betrayal.
It's bad, man.
It doesn't matter. Swash Betrayal is still lethal for us.
Yeah, I should have put the Valspine in the middle, right?
Playing around Betrayal.
Yeah, Rogue is good.
It even beats other rogues.
And a third quick win for Team Liquid as they go up 3-0 now with the Rogue deck.
Another day, another series, another 3-0 start with Rogue. When will people start banning Rogue or start having actual game plans against it? Or is it just because it's too strong and that's just how the meta is, TJ?
I don't know, but I think I would have liked to see teams revisit ban strategies today. We saw Druid Priest banned almost from every team throughout
Right.
the weekend.
And
Yeah.
Druid's been not banned a few times, and when it's been able to play games, it actually hasn't performed that well. It's got 1 win over the course of 4 or 5, I believe.
Yeah, it seems like teams had that sort of like linear mindset where they're like, well, we have to perfect these 6 classes that we want to play,
Yeah.
no matter what. And maybe that's a time thing. Maybe they just didn't find a way to fit in a Rogue ban with just 2 days. But again, all the teams had a chance to resubmit every single day.
Right.
So they could have, gone back and prepared something different, a different strategy. Maybe tried to shake things up, but Rogue now dominating for Team Liquid, and Virtus.pro's running out of options. Paladin, Warrior, and Mage. Only decks remaining left for Virtus.pro in this series.
Are they finally going to bring out the Mage now? And then the Mage gets like 3 or 4 wins, and then they answer with the, I don't know, some other deck, and we go to the 11th game. That's kind of my hope. I kind of want this to be a closer series, but right now Virtus.pro is getting bowled over, and it could be a product of their deck building. It could be a product of how their pick and ban strategy is. It could just be a product of them getting unlucky in certain situations. But it's not even like things went so perfectly for Team Liquid. They had the patches draw. They did have the double Vile Spine, which was pretty huge, and landing and being able to threaten the big Bone Mare was also a big swing in that game.
And this matchup is effectively for $15,000 at least. $15,000 is the prize for third, fourth place, which the loser of this match would get, and $30,000 is second, and that's the lowest that they'd get for making to the grand finals. So $75,000 as the first place prize. So this is a pretty big match, and Virtus.pro has got to hope that they can make it happen. This looks a little bit different than yesterday. And the day before, Virtus.pro was playing Control Mage, but it looks like they've gone more towards Secret Mage. The only reason I say that is because the counterspell. It's still possible that they're playing a slower mage with counterspell, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, we'll see. I think a lot of pros have agreed that Secret Mage is a legit deck, quite possibly a contender for one of the top decks in the metagame. Cabal lacking, Cabal Crystal Runner, all but point towards that aggressive Secret Mage, but no secrets in hand. Arcanologist will fix that up, but that means Cabal lacking won't get that turn 1 tempo play.
I'm in charge now.
And a really good start for Team Liquid as they get a Cult Sorcerer from Swashbuckler, which means that if Virtus.pro were to coin out an Arcanologist here, they could just Cult Sorcerer backstab, hold on to both of their one attack minions here, their 1/1. So
it's true.
Not too bad. And I don't even know if Virtus.pro wants to do something like that. They could Cabal Lackey counterspell, then roll into Arcanologist, turn 3 Secret, turn 4 Cabal Crystal Runner. Actually, no, they could even get it out earlier than that if they want to, because they would have played 2 Secrets. They could play it on turn 4 with Frostbolt, for instance.
Yeah, Cabal Crystal Runner is definitely one of those 0-mana 5/5s that people were trying to use even prior to this expansion for big swings, but now you have Corridor Creeper into the mix, and then you have a few other cards that could be super strong too. Virtus.pro goes for the Coin Arcanologist, and it's like you mentioned, that Cult Sorcerer allows him to develop a free 3/2 with that backstab.
This has got to be pretty tilting for Virtus.pro. It just seems like everything's against them, and the row, honestly, from their perspective, probably feels unbeatable. Just because they keep running into these situations where they fall behind, and then Team Liquid just keeps having tools to progress their spot in the game. Let's go and listen in now to Virtus.pro and see how morale is as they fall behind on the board.
Can't play everything every game, like whatever. What can you do?
Could easily miss something otherwise.
I mean, the only consideration is if we go with deckhands, like next we dagger and then we go deckhand SI next turn.
I mean,
to eat the secret.
They can't really do that much if we just play SI here. Like, playing one bolt, like,
exactly.
it's only probably Gleam.
I think it's better this way.
This guy's toast.
Play that before the secret.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 minions die. So it'll cost 1, right? And then we can play it next turn, even if they go Kirin Tor with secret.
Ooh, that's very
That's
good.
really good.
That's really good.
Excuse
We can
me,
still play our
you
corridor.
are on fire.
So dagger. Deckhand to see what the secret is.
Oh no, it's not.
No, it's counter spell probably.
Yeah.
Or ice block.
So trade, and then face into the 2/1. And play the corridor. Could save it for next turn with cleave, but I don't think that's worth it. Yeah.
I think I'd rather have a 5. Even if they fireball it, like, maybe fireball. We could consider that, right? Like they could have
We
fireball.
do that, don't we?
We can go on Glyph, try to find the Fireball or the Polymorph.
I like that.
If not, then we'll play Arcanologist.
Just going with the glyph and the Arcanologist.
Yeah.
What if you played a 5/5?
No.
I'm gonna play next turn with 3 mana together
Yeah.
with the rune.
Mhm.
Gotta get some tempo back then.
Vaporize.
Do we play the rune? To play around Scabane?
Yeah, but we can't
So
play
if
the
we-
rune right now.
Okay, here's the thing. If we go... No, we can't do it.
You can play the rune right now.
Why
Oh,
don't
yeah, we
just
can,
take
yeah.
Vaporize?
And then next, why Vaporize?
I wonder.
Because we can ping the 1/1 and then we can play Vaporize.
Yeah, but if they play something, then it's
Can't
bad.
ping.
Yeah.
You have 2 mana.
Hmm?
You have 2 mana.
No, but you can trade the Arcanologist.
Oh, you play rune now. Explosive rune. It's
Yeah, yeah.
escape bane. Next,
I like this one, yeah. The next turn we could go Chronology, Secret, and
Yeah.
Couple Diner.
like otherwise we lose to escape bane.
Yeah, but Scalebrand I can just trade and then.
No, you take 18 damage.
Yeah.
So that secret was from Glyph, right?
I can.
So
no.
it's probably mirror.
I don't want to attack first because I want to kill the cliff.
Yeah. But I think Edwin, because like realistically the Tar Creeper and the 4/4 do about the same. So I think Edwin first, and then if we draw another 3 next turn, it's fine. Yeah, player on mirror. Okay, that's fine. Face.
So that's block or counter spell, right?
All right, Virtus.pro looking like they might have a way to finally get back on the board in 2 turns. But it's just, yeah, they have to hope that Team Liquid doesn't have a huge swing. Oh, wow. Explosive Runes number 2.
That's pretty big, actually.
That's massive.
That's going to block the next mini that Team Liquid's going to play. Plus, maybe provide a Showbird. They pick up the Firefly, though. They're 100% willing to take that damage in order to make room for a bigger mini to be placed onto the board. So, and they're going wide, which means that Bone Marrow is likely to be able to find a target next turn. So, this one's going to come down to the quality of draws from the top of the deck from both these teams, I feel. But at the moment, Team Liquid looks like they have a pretty significant advantage.
Yeah, and pushing 7 damage, up to 7 damage this turn, is also pretty tempting for Team Liquid because they can set up Bone Mirror for lethal. But instead, they choose to trade just to make sure that there's no shenanigans. There is overextension against a mage deck that has access to Ice Block or Frost Nova. They still have an activated counterspell, but it also could be that Ice Block. And if,
Dead draw. They can't do anything this turn. They ping off a 1/1 and then pass.
Gosh.
When it rains, it pours.
Listen, I appreciate the Dr. Phil fandom, but please, TJ. Once was enough.
Sometimes you make the right decision, and sometimes you make the decision right, Dan. Dr. Phil, 2015.
You're so deep, man. You should have your own TV show. I'd watch it. Dr. Sanders.
Hey. Careful, Dan. Only my mom can call me Dr. Sanders.
That's Mr. Dr. Sanders, too. Firelands Portal needs to come up with something big.
Oh my
again! Gosh!
What? That is the second random 5-drop effect that has gotten this exact same 1/1 from Virtus.pro this series.
You see that essence in the card art where it's like it's sucking up a soul? And it's got a bunch of souls kind of wrapped around its arms and it's kind of extracting it. Yeah, those are the souls of VP right now.
Those are the positive mental attitudes of Virtus.pro that it's just sucking into oblivion.
Oh my gosh. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Team Liquid trying to see if they can set up the best counterplay to Ice Block, but that is a 4-0 lead for Team Liquid. Absolutely steamrolling the competition. And when will the Rogue Massacre end? Or can it be prevented, TJ?
I don't think so. I mean, every game it just feels like they just get further and further away from a victory. It seems like just from turn 1, they're playing from behind. And, you know, maybe it's Team Liquid just having the stone cold nuts. Maybe it's that Virtus.pro didn't have a good response to the Rogue. Maybe they should have banned the Rogue. There's a lot of things that are all feeling like they're going wrong at once.
Or maybe Virtus.pro should have hired Leonardo DiCaprio and Joseph Gordon-Levitt to inception Team Liquid to self-ban the Rogue. That's what I would have done.
Oh, yeah.
Then use the money to pay them.
Well, we know what Dan's plan would have been.
Well, look, I'm just saying that there's other ways they could have gone about this entire best of 11. And right now, we're at the tipping point. Because when you're down 3-0, there's actually still this way where you can kind of like win. You have to win a favorable and then win unfavorable. And that's how you can counter, right? You win 2, and then they win 1, you win 2, they win 1, and then you finally win the series 6-5.
Yeah.
Now that's not even the case. Now they're basically in emergency mode. It's spreading like wildfire, TJ. And trust me, living in SoCal, I know a thing or two right now about wildfires.
That's right, you do. But we'll see if Virtus.pro can bring this one back and find a win in the series. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
guys seeing this?
Game, record, and stream without compromise. Only on Intel Core i7.
Welcome back, everybody. The Trinity Series Finals presented by Intel, ESL, and Twitch. It's the lower bracket finals. Effectively, the winner of this match moves on to the grand finals to face Love You Lots, who just arrived at the studio moments ago and are waiting who they're going to be facing. And maybe they're going to be scared of the Rogue. Who knows? But there's the bracket. Love You Lots also, because of their winner's bracket run, will get a one-game advantage in the grand finals. So still a long road ahead. Even if Virtus.pro manages to come back and somehow win this series from a 4-0 deficit, they got a long road ahead of them if they want to be crowned Trinity Series champions.
It's just no respect for the Rogue. Or maybe there is perfect respect for it, but just things haven't worked out the way Virtus.pro has wanted to. And right now, I think the body language and just the faces of the teams says it all. Team Liquid is kind of holding back smiles, and Virtus.pro are trying to find any forms of positivity. And this is a pretty decent opening hand on the Murloc Paladin side. And Virtus.pro might have an opportunity to get a really big snowball victory win if Team Liquid can't answer back.
Yeah, you know, if I were to give some words of wisdom to Virtus.pro right now, I would have to go to them and quote the great Dr. Phil and say, Dan, you're only lonely if you're not there for you.
Yeah, so that's why they kept both rock pool hunters, right? So
yeah.
They're not lonely? That's what you meant?
Exactly. And you got to be there for yourself. So
I mean, look, TJ, you already have the TV show, okay? Like, what else do you want? The respect and admiration of millions?
That's right.
Okay.
At the very least. But
Swashbuckler's... Oh, wow. Hey, you made a quote about not being lonely and, you know, having some companionship. And now they have Standing in Darkness. It's going to be a token battle to start things off here.
But this start from Virtus.pro maybe a little bit better. While Team Liquid does have the Pirates ready to go and are trusting in the Pirates code, it's still a turn away before South Sea Captain.
Oh, that is a really good draw, I think, because then they can set up South Sea Captain for at least 2 Pirates. Although, here's an interesting thing, too. Like, Virtus.pro, they coined out the Rockpool Hunter, so you know that they have another Rockpool Hunter. They pick up Valnir!
I don't even know if it's going to be good, but it's got to be pretty good, right?
Yeah!
At the very least, pretty good.
Valnir is really good with decks that have a lot of board tempo opportunities. Like, this all of a sudden makes things like Vilepine even more dramatic. But also because there's a deck that has a lot of chargers. There's South Sea Deckhands, there's Leroy Jenkins, and that's also just potential game-ending damage.
Well, let's go and listen into Team Liquid now, see what they're planning for these Pirates.
Something we have Captain and Trade, which is really good. If they have Weapon, it's really
literally
bad.
only the weapon that's bad, right?
It's pretty bad, but we can play second Captain into it and just eat the weapon charge. We can also dagger and play Stand Against Darkness, and then the turn after we have Captain SI. I think I just like playing Captain though.
Yeah, I want to I want to get rid of the weapon.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Trust the Pirates code.
Let's play a little slower.
Their hand was really good.
Okay.
Yeah, we should play slower.
Yeah, because of Knife Juggler, Knife Juggler never kills this. This is actually good. Or good. Good as relative.
I want Mega Soul.
Do we all want it? Any Murloc's actually fine with this here now.
So many options.
You are not welcome here.
Alright, let's just like slow down and chill for at least.
Oh, wow.
That's so good. And just play like Cold Light and other Righteous.
Yeah.
But we should think if maybe you want to just Righteous, keep it in the hand, because we are going to swing with Valnir next turn, and then we might actually go play our last minion, Valnir again, and then we get a 5-3 with Divine Shield. So maybe keeping it is better. What do you think?
Yeah, time, right?
Yeah, I'm okay with going with Hero Power. Yeah, true.
And they need to chew through this 1-1. Sure, the daggers chew through one, but they need to have like a good alternate. Like
And it's also better because we can make this cheaper, right?
I wonder.
the only reason to play Righteous is because they never connect to our Murlocs if we like.
Yeah.
If we play second taunt, but
I like Hero Power.
Yeah,
I like
I like Hero Power as well.
Reporting for duty. Move quickly.
But it buffs a minion because it destroys the weapon. So it's like really nuts. This is really irritating.
I like backstab Valinor. Do you guys see anything else? Like backstab, SI, shadow step, dagger, maybe?
So many options.
So we backstab this, we trade here, and we Valonar this.
Yeah, or dagger it, hit, backstab, SI, shadow step. I think Valinor is
I
better
think
than
Valinor
that.
is our best play right now.
I
Yeah.
wonder.
Alright, so Warlock Paladin able to get onto the board, but this token approach from the Paladin gonna make the Quarter Creeper really cheap. It also sets up for big swings on this Valenier or Spike Rich Steed. Either are very viable in this position. I have to imagine that Valenier looks really appetizing in this spot.
Yeah, especially with the Righteous Protector in hand, as they had mentioned, they will have an opportunity to play Corridor Creeper next turn, then swing with the Valenier. Death Rattle goes on to Righteous Protector, then they're smooth sailing. Finally, things are looking up for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, I'm having a hard way to imagine Team Liquid to come back here, but I think it has to involve a Vile Spine Slayer.
A big Vile Spine Slayer.
Yeah.
And then even better draws after that. Virtus.pro was just able to find the tools to stall out the early game power from Team Liquid, and also showcasing some of the new additions to Merlin Paladin called Arms, which kind of gives you sort of an immediate board presence.
So this cheapens the Corridor Creeper to 1 so that they can Valenier and Corridor Creeper or Righteous Protector. They could get punished by a draw if Team Liquid's able to somehow deal with this board and they don't set up a big tempo swing.
Ooh, so if they attack in with Valenier, get Serenite Chain Gang buffed.
Yeah, but you want the SI7 agent to get the combo.
options.
Oh man, if this lands on the Serenite Chain Gang.
That, because it would have summoned 2 copies, which means Valenier would have like re-equipped itself and then re-equipped itself, so you would have gotten the Death Rattle immediately once both of these died.
Dude.
That would have been massive.
No, wait, there was a way to do that, right? They could have played SI.
They could have played SI first, but they wouldn't have got the battle cry from it.
Yeah.
But I think that might have been worth it. I don't know. Let's go and listen now to Team Liquid. I want to hear their thoughts on maybe that play.
That's cool. The Creeper's scary.
Damn, dude. That's very annoying.
Alright, punch stand is what I see. Punch stand still.
Dagger or Kelos?
So holding is better if you draw Wild Spine only, right?
But we're always gonna be able to shadow step.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, yes please.
I guess Prince is better, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Truth is found in death.
Yeah.
Reporting for duty.
Dark Reaper is nuts. We get it.
Bone Mare is nuts.
You know, we can equip the Valenier and then Dagger, so it like disappears and debuffs our guy.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
Play both minions.
Isn't Spike Street and the 1-1 super good?
Yeah,
And
super
trade
good.
that into the 4-3?
Wonder
I mean, you could also just
Let
like
me
Murloc War
think.
Leader.
yeah, Murloc War Leader trade this.
Which one do you want to buff?
Need is better, right? And take the value trade on this.
Okay,
I
yeah.
want to play the
agree.
minion that has the Valenier buff. Is that too greedy for value?
Yeah, because I want to play Steed this turn.
So what do we hit?
You buff? No, buff that one. Oh yeah, you hit the. Yeah,
The
I'm okay
weapon
with
hits
skill.
the
I hit
2-2.
a 2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do we play this, and hero power?
I like Seed more, just taking the valid trade.
This is also a value trade.
Yeah, I just like the Seed more.
We play this.
Go play Stream Fighter.
I want it.
Yeah, we're dead.
God. We're dead, right?
We're not dead on board.
Yeah, we are. No, it's 1-0.
We don't punch. If you punch, we're dead, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Should I just dagger?
So just dagger, plays scale bin, sit, and then lose. You could win with a bone mare maybe. No, there's no way. Whatever. Just get more information.
Not welcome here.
So we know 2 states.
We came back into this game. Which is
No,
great.
this matchup is just not as bad as we thought. You did too late. Like, Naimon didn't trust me.
Yeah, but like, I don't think like his Q.
You heard it there from Virtus.pro. They managed to stop the bleeding. But was it too late? Casey even used that exact term, like, maybe we should have done this a lot earlier.
Hindsight is 2020, I guess.
Yeah.
And you can tell, you know, maybe a little bit of disagreements happening. Not only is it hard to build a lineup in a day after an expansion, it's also hard to collaborate with 2 other teammates and come to an agreement on a lineup.
Well, it's
A
so
day after
funny
expansion.
is that Rogue even had an opportunity to like get really good setups. They had like double captains. They had the Valenier, which works really well with the Rogue hero power because you can just destroy it immediately and get the buff if you don't have to wait for the second swing. But didn't really shape up to be Team Liquid bulldozing the way that they have in the previous games. Now, granted, I feel like they're still in a good spot. 4-1 is a very comfortable lead, and they can take an opportunity to soften up this Murloc Paladin a little bit, perhaps, before going in for the kill. Keep in mind that this is also a battle of endurance. The winner of this series has to go and play Team Love You Lost back-to-back. We only give them a little bit of time to have a break and reset themselves. That was also kind of an advantage for Team Liquid if they were able to close out the series quickly.
Yeah, and riding that momentum into the next series also could have given them a slight advantage. But again, the team that wins this will also be going into the grand finals with a 1-game disadvantage, as Love You Lots is waiting because of their winners bracket run with a 1-game lead already to whoever makes it to the grand finals to face against them. But Team Liquid still has a ton of deck stuff. Rogue now the only deck eliminated, so they have a lot of choices to be able to come back and try and counter this Murloc Paladin. The new age Murloc Paladin with Valenier, Corridor Creepers, Call to Arms, potentially even Spiteful Summoners and Dino Size.
Dino Size. Well, I mean, we'll see if Team Liquid has anything else up their sleeve, but I feel like they don't have to do too much to reinvent the wheel. Just pick a really good counter into the Murloc Paladin. If they have Warlock, that's more of a defensive control variant. If they have some other plan, like maybe...
I don't know how they feel about Mage into that matchup.
Mage could be kind of dicey.
Yeah.
Maybe if they have a control warrior of some kind.
Shaman, perhaps?
Shaman's also a good class against it. This would be the time for Shaman to shine.
And it's Dog playing. Dog, I believe, is on Warlock and Mage, so it's one of those two.
Okay. I would assume it's Warlock.
Yeah, same.
Dog's also been playing a lot of Control Warlock, so that does seem to be the case here, as they have Lesser Amethyst Spellstone and the Tainted Zealot, indicating that they are playing a very defensive version of this Warlock class.
They also have Voidwalker, which has been an inclusion that's been cut by a lot of players, considering Voidlord exists, and Voidlord has the death rattle of summon 3 Voidwalkers, so in the later stages of the game, it can be redundant. A lot of times you ran Voidwalker because it gave you a little bit of extra early game defense, and then it gave you that small little wall later on in the game when you played Gul'dan. But now you're likely to have a ton of Demon Taunts anyway, so
right.
Not too sure, but a decent curve from Virtus.pro.
I greet you.
Yeah, Virtus.pro just gets a 3-mana card. They're in a really good spot.
Didn't buff the Rock Pool Hunter though.
Yeah, that would have been really nice. And as a result, well, Team Liquid's introduced with a choice here. They see that their opponent could have a really good rock pool opportunity, so playing Voidwalker into this could be devastating. A couple of things worth noting is Team Liquid does have the Defile, which does work really well against Murloc boards if they're uneven, since they tend to be uneven in health a lot of times, unless the Cold Seer comes down.
Did they keep Rock Pool Hunter? I think that's where the big decision point is.
Right.
If they only kept one card and it was the Chum, I think they'd played Voidwalker. But if they kept 2 cards, then I believe they'd play Mixers and Mixers to be able to counter the Rock Pool Hunter better. So I believe they did only keep Grimscale Chum.
Wow.
Now that's a curve.
Yeah. Now that's what I call Murloc synergy. Number 92. Okay, Spellstone coming in could be pretty useful. So now they can maybe time their Defile better. Except this Cold Light Seer is going to make Defile a lot worse.
Oh, a whole lot worse. Oh, let's go listen to Virtus.pro. War Leader picked up. May affect their decision, but I like Cold Light Seer.
Or kept card.
Yeah, they don't.
Which has 0 power, right?
Seer's better, yeah.
We have to play this.
Yep.
We'll
And play
play-
Mistress too.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We also buff our Spellstone.
I'll play this one.
Okay.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
What can we get from Megazord?
+1/+1.
I think the next turn is better to Megazord. That actually maybe not.
If we play a War Leader,
Yeah, the War Leader.
we, just lose to D5.
Oh yeah.
No, we have 2 minions on 1.
I like the
Would you
Megazord.
trade
It
both?
doesn't die to Hellfire.
Do you
Okay,
like
sure.
Megazord?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that.
Seems like Divine Shield. Though is bad.
We just trade everything.
Yeah. The question is, do we trade the 2/2?
Move quickly.
The Mistress?
I think so, because it just makes...
Okay, yeah. Can
Your
attack
clear's
into the
easier.
Megazord. Yeah, true.
Actually, Coin Dreadlord sets up a good Defile.
I think I like it, right? Like they also have to.
It actually doesn't set up a Defile.
Yeah, we need to have 1 proc.
Yeah, doesn't do anything. I have to go with Amethyst here.
Yeah.
The only play I see.
We killed the...
The 5/4.
Let's
Yeah,
think
for
about it a
sure.
bit.
I wonder.
Like, Dreadlord doesn't make sense, cause they just
Doesn't-
trade them.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
What about Rin?
We're on 4 mana.
Oh yeah, sure. When?
It's just Amethyst.
I wonder.
Yeah, I like it.
It's the
Yeah,
only
okay,
play.
sure.
No.
Do you expect them to play a minion? And if yes, is the minion relevant?
I don't think that Finja does anything. I think we just War Leader, we don't hero power and we go face.
So do.
Let me.
What does Finja really do?
Nothing, yeah. Unless we expect them to play with the minion. Like this way, they don't play the minion.
Finja becomes super useful.
You mean later on? It's a 3/5 as well.
Might be actually, might be Finja.
If we
Warlock
get to
is...
trade something,
Warlock is also super weak to Hellfire.
Yeah, okay, go
Maybe
Finja.
we'll just go Finja.
I mean, it's fine. If they fetch Murlocs, we can probably defile.
Spell power is clear. No?
I like Despicable.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. Let's go.
So even if they fetch Murlocs,
Yeah.
you have Defile.
Unleash me.
It's only 1/2 those that they can fetch.
Well, this Defile setup is taking an eternity for the Warlock, and Murloc Warrior number 2. Is that like lethal? That's so much damage.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
12, 19, 26.
Jesus.
Well, that's game. Virtus.pro takes it.
Yeah, they played a little too conservative in this, or too aggressive rather in this position, trying to have the Despicable Dreadlord go onto the board, and now Virtus.pro takes 2 games in a row.
That's right. Maybe the start of a comeback. And, you know, as Dr. Phil once said, don't wait until you're in a crisis to come up with a crisis plan, Dan. I think that's very relevant for Team Liquid in this situation.
Right. So, because they're not in a crisis, they should come up with a crisis plan now.
That's right.
Okay, I got it. Thanks, Dr. Sanders.
No problem, Dan.
Well, you just look at Virtus.pro and either they heard what you said, DJ, or they're in high spirits right now that they're winning 2 games in a row. Casey is the only player remaining, and we also know that the Warrior deck has a high chance of being some kind of slow variant. We've been seeing Quest Warrior, we've been seeing the Zoth Warrior, we've been seeing Recruit Warrior. But here's a little recap of how big of a board that Virtus.pro was able to stick from the early game. That Grimskill Chum didn't die all game.
And to be honest, maybe it all came down to that turn 1 play. They played Voidwalker, which traded over Rockpool Hunter. If they'd played the Mistress of Mixtures, they would have been able to kill the Grimscale Chum regardless if Rockpool Hunter came down. But they made the read. Virtus.pro only kept 1 card in the mulligan, and that was the Chum. So they figured Rockpool Hunter isn't likely, so we're going to take the risk.
Yeah, they got greedy. And I think the greed really killed Team Liquid in that position because they definitely had other counterplay measures in a lot of those a lot of those turns that ultimately had decisions backfire on them. However, they still have a lot of time. Nothing to be too concerned about. I think Shaman can come out here. Shaman tends to be pretty bad against Warrior, so Shaman is a good opportunity for Team Liquid to use Devolve effectively or to climb back onto the board and use things like Jade Lightning and Jade Claws to take away any Murloc synergy.
Yeah. I mean, you have to think, 80% of all choices are based on fear, Dan. Most people don't choose what they want. They choose what they think is safe. And I don't think you can do that here. I think you just got to do what you want. Choose what you want, Dan. Be the 20%.
I am the 20%.
Me too. At least I'd like to think so.
Hashtag me too. Team Liquid starts off with Firefly and Flame Tongue Tone. That could be really good against the Murloc Paladin. Virtus.pro keeps the quarter creepers. And I'm seeing a little bit of Noah's Ark action. Murlocs and Worms go 2 by 2. And a little emote showing that Virtus.pro is not happy with the situation. Yikes.
That's incredible.
Well, if they can find a way to kill a bunch of minions, Corridor Creeper is going to be great. And if they can't find a way to kill a bunch of minions, then they're dead.
Well, I mean, minions have to die, so they keep hero powering, hypothetically.
True, yeah.
The creeper should come down in time.
Some emote action.
Yeah, Shaman can just take it slow. They have Doppelgangster Evolve as well, so even after Virtus.pro manages to eventually win the board, if they can win the board, Team Liquid has to answer right back with 3 1/1s.
Big swing, yeah. That's I didn't catch that right away. Yeah, I mean, well, that was 5 drops earlier, but we saw the 1/1 5 drop twice today from Virtus.pro side. So it's only a matter of time before we see
Well, I was talking more about like
big time Racketeer.
Yeah, big time Racketeer. Let's go ahead and start tuning into the team comms. Team Liquid is cruising to the early game advantage. Let's see how they're going to cement that lead.
Oh, Protector is annoying as well.
I wonder.
A 1/1, Righteous Protector.
Yeah, I guess. I think they would have played it if they had that, no?
Move quickly.
Oh, okay, they lost.
Justice demands retribution.
Yeah, right on time.
Hold up.
Yep. 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 Damn,
Wow,
dude.
that's
Damn,
dirty.
the
That's so
BM.
dirty.
Oh no.
Now I
You
feel
know,
bad.
karma. There's a thing called karma. You know.
That is so dirty, Philo.
Doesn't really do anything, does it?
No, Jaguar doesn't do anything. So yeah, I think plays this year. No, not the Voyager. Plays this year.
Isn't the Seer better with the Wildfire next turn? Just getting armor, like getting HP?
No, yeah, sure. Okay.
Need board, you don't need it, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Blood.
How doesn't play Corridor Creeper,
Yep.
no?
Yeah, we can't play corridor. Oh yeah, we
No.
can. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's really good. Do that. Corridor on the far left.
That seems good.
Oh, I think we won this game. Maybe we don't Doppel Evolve, so we don't get Doomsayer.
Yeah, seems like a plan.
I mean, don't we just have lethal next turn or something?
It's Juggler and Double Murloc.
Put this apple on your head.
Well, I can.
Okay.
That was a mistake.
A Doppel.
Yeah, I just played Doppel, right?
Yeah, trade everything and then Doppel.
Yep.
That's the play, right? Yeah, we can't get Doomsayer, right?
Boys.
We get an 8-drop next turn.
Yeah, we get an A drop.
Yeah, there's nothing that attacks us like Doomsayer, right?
Yeah.
Actually, anomalies. That's the only thing.
How do they kill it?
Oh no.
Wow, that's
How do
good.
they kill Anomalous though?
I mean, they can
That's a
now,
lot
right?
of things. They're out of cards.
I don't think they can even kill Anomalous.
With this board, they can.
We can trade
Wait,
something.
do we have lethal? How much damage do we have? Oh, snipes.
11, 13.
6,
15,
10,
19,
19.
we run
We're
off.
one off.
So how we want to do this?
We're gonna Jade Claws, but do we want to do it before or after the evolve?
I want to evolve first, so go full face. I can trade the knife juggler with a 7, but I like 7 face.
Huh? What if we just go with no evolve? Or do you want to evolve?
No, I want to evolve for sure.
So,
I think 7 goes face, though. I don't want to trade.
Yeah, I don't want to trade
Yeah.
anyways. Yeah, face, evolve.
I mean, if we get Doomsayer, we still... Anyway.
Actually, yeah, this makes sense.
Yep.
Anomalous. Oh, we have lethal. Boom!
Easy.
Alright. So, they only have Warrior left, I guess?
Yep. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Dang, the BM battle.
Shaman gets the job done, and that's kind of what we imagined Shaman could do in the very beginning. So finally, something kind of making sense here in this series. It felt like it started off extremely volatile, and as a result, Rogue was able to climb out to a crazy lead. And now Team Liquid one game away from going to the grand finals.
Yeah, the only Warrior left, as you heard them mention as Ship sort of got up. But I feel like they're in a good spot. Warrior has been a deck that's not performed.
Sorry, I was just getting all hot.
Hey, dog.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some hot dog camera action.
Yeah, Team Liquid's just chilling. They are feeling very comfortable. They're very relaxed, and they're really happy, the positivity. Now, if we kind of pan over to the other side, what is Virtus.pro feeling? Gotta be feeling a little bit desperation at this point. They only have Warrior remaining, and Team Liquid has Mage, Paladin, and Warrior and their own Shaman. And don't be fooled, even though Warrior does have a lot of good tools against Shaman and should be a counter to a lot of their shenanigans, Shaman has a lot of game if played correctly.
It does, yeah. And especially sort of these newer versions with Corridor Creepers, it feels like they have a lot more reload potential, especially since Corridor Creeper becomes an 8-drop, which is one of the best mana slots in the game.
Right.
For minions. You have, the Paladin Legendaries, Tyrion plus Ragnaros Lightlord. You have the Lich King at that 8 mana slot. There's a lot of those big, powerful, high value legendaries at that 8 mana slot, and you know, you can run away with the game with that.
The winner of this will face Love You Lots in the grand finale, and then of course we will crown a champion. Love You Lots in the studio, eating food, watching the games, memeing, relaxing, putting their feet up, as they had dominated the field in the past 2 days. 6-1 over Team Liquid, 6-1 over Virtus.pro. Will they get a chance to rematch Team Liquid? Or perhaps will Team Liquid be able to get that revenge on them? You can see the complexion of Virtus.pro. It seems like they're all experiencing a different stage of grief right now.
They are.
It was first like Bunny Hopper with his face in his hands, kind of like denial. And there's like slight acceptance from Casey, and then there's like bargaining going on in Damon's head, like, oh man, what did we do to deserve this? Dog is just looking at the other team. They're not even talking about any strategy right
mercy.
now. They're waiting for their opponents to cue the right deck.
They only have 1 deck left, so Casey's going to be in that hot seat for the remainder of this match, whether it's 1 game, whether it's 5 games. That Warrior deck's got to do a lot of work. I wonder what it is. They brought in a Zoth Warrior yesterday, I believe, and it lost on like turn 6.
Something like that. Yeah, or Quest Warrior, I believe.
Potentially, but either way, it lost very quickly.
Yeah, it was not very close whatsoever.
Maybe they have some game against Shaman with that deck, but we'll have to see. That is some type of control Warrior deck, which is really the only archetype that I've been seeing recently. And with a Patratron from Team Liquid,
it's pretty bad.
That's quite bad.
Virtus.pro has Shield Slam in their deck too, which kind of indicates that it is more likely to be than the Zoth version. I mean, they are big fans of the Zoth. That is the Casey special. And that looks like to be the case here. Mountain Fire Armor comes to the hand.
Incredible.
All but indicating that they are playing a Death Rattle package with this Warrior deck. I wonder if they have Dead Man's Hand in it whatsoever. And I think Team Liquid will be in information gathering mode right now.
Yeah, probably. I think they can pretty much guess what type of deck this is. But being able to know for sure, I think, is the big deal, so they can make a better decision as to what to queue next if they were to lose.
Yeah, not really much to decide here. Virtus.pro, of course, just kind of mapping out what they want to do in response to Shaman, talking about hesitating so they don't make their opponents think about certain plays immediately. But this is fairly straightforward. Shaman, both classes are going to hero power a lot this game. In fact, we haven't pulled up too much statistics of post games of the Trinity Series finals, but I do think one of the more interesting things will be who hero powers more this game. What do you think, DJ?
Probably Team Liquid.
Yeah, realistically, people trying to joke about Warrior always armoring up and hitting the hero power button, but I think Team Liquid might hero power more.
Yeah, I mean, they just have a lot of stuff to do. Virtus.pro, in the early game, they're trying to draw cards, whereas Team Liquid's just trying to build up some semblance of a board. A lot of times the Warriors left removing while the Shamans left trying to extend on the board, but not too much, which means hero power is more likely. Cheeky little Flame Tongue Totem there. Going to be left alone on the board, but
yeah,
we'll get a trade-off onto the Acolyte of Pain.
Really important that as much as this is a fight for the board, it's also a fight of resources, and you'd want to deny card draw as best as you can from that Warrior deck. It's a really good Patches opportunity. I mean, Patches is just there for the Flame Tongue Totem. That is the compensation that you get for drawing it. And Mana Tide can be a huge heavy lifter. Might even force Virtus.pro to Shield Slam it if they don't have a better response to it.
That'd be a big resource.
Interesting.
Used for the Mana Tide Totem, though.
Oh, this is a read on the Harrison just they saw yesterday, right? They saw Harrison on on if it didn't even really matter.
Yeah, I believe they did. You might as well throw Harrison in this deck. Legendary weapons are going to make your life kind of miserable in a lot of situations.
People are talking about the ooze meta and whatnot. And oh, hold on a second. Doppelgangster comes to the hand, and there is a coin evolve play. How many big-time Racketeers are coming?
Let's take a look. None.
Oh, a
Whoa!
Hungry Enton! They just used a shield slam!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Execute drawn, but, I mean, that's it. That's all they do this turn, would be execute a minion. They can't even get Battle Rage value. It is impossible for them to get Battle Rage value this turn. They have no way to damage themselves. They have no way to damage this Mountain Fire Armor and keep it alive. They can play Armor Smith.
Made to fit.
I was hoping for Virtus.pro to draw like Brawl or something to make it really exciting, but it seems like this is just going to get out of control.
Yeah.
Team Liquid sees no Brawl. Do they just Thrall now?
Thrall get 2 8-drops plus a 5-drop.
They know Brawl, I Thrall.
And Unstable Evolution, so they can actually specifically target over the next couple turns. I really like that card.
Or they can hedge in case something really terrible comes out of the
All
Evolve.
right, let's see. 2 8-drops.
Boogie Monster! Grand Archivist can also cast another Evolve from their deck. Do it.
What in the world?
The thing is, Grand Archivist pulls the card out of their deck. So there's also a potential disaster if they pull like a Jade Lightning and hit like their own Captain Greenskin, for example.
The elements are silent.
I think they want
I'm liking it.
I want to get rid of that.
I just want to cast spells.
Uh-oh.
Let's do it.
Let's see.
Oh. But here's an interesting thing. I believe it pulls it out of the deck, right? It's like a recruit effect for spells. So you don't actually draw that Bloodlust anymore. Is that correct? I haven't played too much of this card, so you have to.
I literally haven't played it a single time or seen it a single time, but we'll see. Virtus.pro armors up. Let's go ahead and listen in now. See what these teams are thinking.
Oh my gosh.
Major no.
Fluffy, Snuggles, fetch.
Right now, before they drop Brawl.
Yeah. I agree.
This also gives him a good Garrosh, right?
Yeah.
Should have evolved first before attacking, but I don't know.
Unstable that. Let's go. There we go. All right, let's upgrade that Boogie Monster. I don't like that thing. That's an ugly Boogie Monster.
How about we just upgrade this?
No, we have so many upgrades. Just upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
we get
upgrade
one
this.
for the Boogie. Okay, upgrade that. Go ahead.
Yeah, Karen.
All right, that's good enough, right?
No.
You want an 8?
Yeah,
All right, let's go for
8.
8. Let's go for 8.
Tyrion?
That's pretty good. You sure you don't want that?
And I want an 8.
Okay, let's go for it. Wait. What if we get Anomalous?
You can evolve it again.
Okay. All right. You got me there. All right. That was worse than the unit we had.
Okay, so what do you want to do now?
Evolve that one.
I want to evolve the Drake again.
No,
Yeah,
the Drake.
you said
All right.
Oh.
That's even better. End
Let's
turn
go.
immediately. The animation is going to take up their entire turn. All right.
How much damage is 18? It's enough, right?
Yeah, it's enough.
Oh, they're looking for the Brawl. Let's see if they hit it. Sleep isn't enough. Execute is. Do it fast. Play the thing.
I can't play fast with this shit.
Alright, hit base, hit base, hit base.
How do I
Evolve.
Lethal.
Oh, it's lethal.
We have lethal. Okay, good game.
Oh, nice. That was stressful.
That was cool. I like
Yep.
that card is sick. That's so cool.
And that's the series. Team Liquid takes it 6-2 over Virtus.pro and move on to the grand finals, and Virtus.pro's run has ended.
Less than 90 minutes. They made quick work of their opponents, and what is normally a disadvantage to play a long best of 11 going into the grand finals might not be as big of a hit to Team Liquid. However, they will have to fight against Team Love You Lots down a game. Let's talk a little bit about what we just watched too, TJ. Evolve shenanigans. People love the Evolve mechanic, and they put on a full display of just being able to see, like, what do they even evolve with Unstable Evolution? That is why people were looking at that card thinking, well, this is actually a really cool take on Evolve, because there's some drawback to how you spend your mana, but it also gives you a lot of decision pivot points.
Yeah, and they were having a ton of fun too at the end there with those evolves. That's sort of the cool part about Unstable Evolution, especially if you get Radiant, Sorcerer's Apprentice early on. You can just infinite evolve.
That's why Team Liquid is a big fan favorite for some of these viewers, for a lot of the viewers, in fact, because they just have fun in a lot of cases. Dog is always really happy and he's always really positive. And Show, of course, is kind of like salty in a really fun way. Like he's obviously doing it because that's just part of his demeanor, but he never means it in an antagonistic way. So it's really fun to see Team Liquid back in. And of course, there's some unfinished business. Team Liquid came into Season 1. They got 4th place. Now they're guaranteed 2nd. And they were saying that they felt like with Season 1, they definitely didn't do the best that they could have.
Yeah, and now the grand finals is set. Love You Lots versus Team Liquid. Love You Lots looking for redemption for their 2nd place finish last season under the banner of Luminosity. So definitely looking forward to that one.
That's right. And now Love You Lots, who has defeated Team Liquid before,